Their happy place is concert. Mine's was for a very long time, so I'm saying it absolutely without any judgment whatsoever because I was there. I done that exact thing, right? I seeked comfort in drugs, seeked comfort in food, seeked comfort in staying home. I seeked comfort in not challenging myself personally and professionally because of my ego. And the reason is my ego wants me to feel validated. It wants me to feel great. It wants the external people around me to tell me how great I am and why I'm doing everything right. But the real way to kill your ego is to do the opposite of that. Don't seek comfort. Don't seek validation from other people. Be aware of the fact that you're actually gonna mess up a ton. You're gonna mess up a ton, and you're gonna do it privately, but you're also gonna do it publicly. You know, I'll give a good example, right? Um, as I've started to change my life around in the past couple months, I've got better at going to the gym. I've got better at doing the work on that business. And what I've learned and what I've been able to get more comfortable with is the fact that I'm going to mess up no matter what. I'm going to not feel comfortable no matter what. And when I say comfort, I mean like, yeah, you have to work when you're tired. You have to do things despite what your mind's telling you, such as, I'm tired. I don't feel like doing that right now. I don't feel like that's the right thing to do. I don't feel. And the thing is, when you operate based on your feelings, you're toast because most likely your feelings tell you to do things that are actually detrimental. You know, like every single day when I go to the gym, um, my feelings tell me I don't want to go. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to get up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym. But guess what? I do it anyway. And it's like I can't remember who it was, but I've seen a quote recently where it basically says, "Fuck your mood and follow the plan," and that is how you do it. And your ego has to drop because the minute you think you know more than other people, the second that you think that you are better than a certain person or a situation, is the minute that you're finished. And you have to embrace the new mindset after you've killed your ego of actually being a lifelong learner and admitting when you don't actually know how to do things. So, taking a step back, what does it look like when your ego has been killed? Like I say you don't know when you don't know. You know that publicly and privately that you're gonna mess up. 100%, no matter what, you're gonna mess up. And you're gonna mess up with your customers, you're gonna mess up in your work environment, you're gonna mess up with your friends, you're gonna mess up um, in any capacity of your life, and you have to be 100% okay with that. And it's funny because you think that if these things happen, and I thought this for a hell of a long time, I'll be honest with you, is I thought that if I mess up in front of other people, or they see that I'm going to become less confident and value myself less. And the fact is, it's the complete opposite of that because, you know, when you think about your friends and other people around you, like, you know that they have flaws or they have things that you expect of them that they don't necessarily see it that way. And what I've found is there's beauty in not being perfect because nobody's perfect. What even is perfect, right? Like that's the other question. What even is perfect? But it's embracing those flaws and actually by being yourself and not being scared of all of this stuff, you're gonna find one thing. You're gonna feel more confident because you don't actually have to pretend that you're something that you're not. And I've noticed it by going at with different groups of people over the years, where people put up this wall, right? And the wall is, honestly, it's a facade to make it look like to other people that they have got their life figured out, and that they are happy and they're in their relationship and they've got a kid, or they've got their career figured out, or they've got new clients, or they're getting this new car, or they're going on vacation, or whatever it is, right? There's a bunch of different reasons, and all of those things are great, by the way. I am not saying that they're not, because they can be great, but it's the real conversations where they're like, you know what, I'm struggling with certain things, right? And these are where you build a real bond and a real connection to other people. Is when they really drop their ego or kill their ego, even if it's a temporary thing. And when people say, they'll drop their guard, right? Or they dropped their guard and they trusted in me and they confided in me. It's because they dropped their ego, right? And that is when you can do that in abundance, not just in a close proximity to certain people, and that's when you'll start winning at your life in general. You know, the ego wants comfort. The ego wants you to be comfortable in every situation, right? And I feel like the biggest times when I've grew in my life is when I've been uncomfortable and when I've messed up. Right now I'm working on a digital product that's helping people, and what's actually available. This is a digital product that help business owners implement AI and with the right strategy in their business to help them improve. And also has an AI agency where we educate and help business owners implement these tools so that they can essentially, cutting the long story short, save time, save money, and not hire a single person in the process. So that wasn't a shameless plug of my system or what I've got going on. But the reason I'm telling you it is because of the real reason of the point of this video is I had to kill my ego in order for me to get these things off the ground and actually get these things out to people. Do outreach. Um, make the make the program so people to come in and actually get some benefit out of it. And it's really leading with the intent of I'm serving other people. I see a need for what people want, and I am trying to go after that need. And obviously, there's the monetary side of it. I'm not saying no, but bigger than that is I'm helping them solve a problem that they're having, that they're willing to essentially either work with me for or hire me for. So, in the process of doing that, I've messed up. I've rejigged the product, brought that offerings many times because certain ones didn't work. Some of that outreach copies been trash. And the course content or the program content, it has to be, like I say, it's rejigged a few times because it was just wasn't good. And that's based on feedback that I got from the market, right? And so it's important that when you kill your ego, you can start winning, because then you're not so much attached to the outcome of these things. It's taking the data and looking at it from a logical lens and saying, okay, I can change that. I can fix that. I can sort that. I can make adjustments. It doesn't mean that I'm not good enough. It's actually the opposite of that. The fact that I'm identifying these problems and fixing them is the win in itself. And eventually, it's not happened yet, but it will hit. And I'm confident of that. And they did that. The reason I'm confident is I have faith for the first time I've had in many years. Probably a story for another video. But yeah, kill your ego, win at life.